how should you adjust your numbers going from week to week or training cycle to training cycle? Of course, if it's a program that we've written for you based on RPE, say for week 1 you're going to go to a 5 rep max on an 8 RPE, week 2 9 RPE, week 3 a 10 RPE. When you're in that type of situation, you want to try and set a target for yourself at that 10 RPE week, and that's maybe going to be a 5, 10, maybe even a 15 or 20 pound PR if training's going really well, and then work backwards from there. Say, this is my target in week 10, maybe 300 pounds, so in week 2 I'd maybe do 290, week 1 280, and allow it to progress that way. If it's a program written on percentages, we'll usually be giving you a percentage range for each training day. So when you're working within that percentage range, what's important is that we apply the principle of overload, and that every time that same percentage range comes up, you go a little bit heavier. So again, the percentages are a suggestion. You can work wherever you want within that range. Let's say, for example, in your first workout in the first week, it has you do 4 sets of 10 at 60 to 65% intensity. Maybe that's 250 pounds for you. That means the next time 60 to 65% intensity comes up, probably in 3 workouts as we work through our low, medium, high undulating periodization scheme, that means you'll need to do your sets of 10 at a little bit higher than 250. Really 255 plus. Anything 255 or more is winning in that type of situation. And then as we work from training cycle to training cycle, and you're establishing new rep maxes, there's a couple different ways that you could do it. If you have an established rep max, let's say prior to this training you've done 300 pounds for 8, and at the end of a hypertrophy block it calls for you to work up to an 8 rep max, and you do 320 pounds for 8, well, now you can just move all your weights up 20 pounds. Or if you don't have established rep max, we could use the rep max calculator. You could take 320 for times 8 times 0.033 plus 320, and that would give you a projected 1 rep max. Keep in mind that projected rep maxes, as you get over 5 reps, become less and less accurate the higher the reps get. So particularly for smaller lifters and particularly for female lifters, I'd take those 6, 8, 10, 12 rep maxes with a grain of salt and probably err on the low side of those numbers, but both of those are perfectly fine ways to adjust your numbers from week to week, training cycle to training cycle.